use my good camera because my good camera keep going like, what the hell?
Nigga, we is live now, man. Welcome to the Lucious Williams podcast. I'm Lucious Williams, Pandemic Proof Lou. And today my guest is my good friend, the host of the Green Room. He has a club with a clubhouse chat room every Friday at 9:30.
Every Friday.
Every Friday at 9:30.
God damn.
He's performed all over the country. Get up for the very talented Kevin White.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Greetings and salutations.
What's good, sir? How you doing tonight?
Nothing, man. I'm just watching these funky ass Seahawks blow it.
Oh man, did they blow it? Them niggas
against a backup named Mumford.
Yeah, he was actually looking real good. It looked like it was going to get bad quick.
They turned his ass off.
Man, they took his ass to the hospital.
Man, some dude held him. The other dude like speared him in the ear hole or something.
That shit was crazy. I want to talk to you because I feel like your story is very interesting, man. You grew up in Ohio, correct? I always call you a Chicago nigga.
Whoa.
You grew up in Ohio, right?
Whoa, what are you doing right now? What are you really? Like, is that a real question right there? Like,
yeah, you grew up in Ohio, correct?
No, that is incorrect, Lucious. That is incorrect. Let me give you the backdrop. So what happened was I was born in Chicago.
Okay.
At the age of 2, hold on just a second. I'm gonna have to hold on.
Share that shit.
Oh yeah, I know.
Well, this nigga started speaking French.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So basically what happened was I was born in Chicago.
Right.
3 years old, moved to Ohio, close to like Akron or whatever. Lived there for 9 years, then moved back to Chicago. So my childhood was in Ohio. However, like high school and all that was inner cities of Chicago, Inglewood.
Dope. Well, what was that transition like? Because there's a Chicago swagger, man. If you ain't never been around somebody from Chicago, that's a Chicago swagger.
Transition for me, it was I don't know. It's like Chicago is it's like bees and dogs, man. They can smell fear.
Right.
So it's like bees and dogs. If you're not from Chicago, they know immediately that you're not from Chicago, and then they want to know where you're from.
Right.
And then once they find out that, oh, that's the funny nigga, then you the funny dude. That's the funny dude.
Right.
I think this nigga's hilarious, man.
I could dig it. Man, so is that where you got your chops from in comedy? Do you feel like that's where it started?
Pretty much, man. Just class clown or whatever. Just had to be a roaster. I mean, I took public transportation, inner city Chicago, so it's just like you had to every day you were roasting. That's what we did on public transportation. Kids from other schools, just and it was always so unexpected of me because I didn't look like that dude that like used to roast. But yeah, so
because like I know when I was growing up, like that's how I felt when I transitioned from Louisville to Texas,
right?
Like, cause that's a whole different world out there. You know what I'm saying? And like I had to roast. I ain't had no big brother and shit. It's just me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the oldest, so I had to get my chops together real fucking quick.
Oh,
what's the worst roast? What's the worst you felt like you got roasted by somebody that you didn't see it coming?
I don't really like nobody. I never shut up. So it's like I never gave the person time to really understand or hear or care about what they were saying about me. So for the worst shit that I've said to somebody, I mean, like your clothes so dirty, look like you've been stealing bases all day, like shit like that, or your mama sucks so much dick, the bitch laugh like this. just stupid, just whatever. The most ignorant shit I could say. That's what I would say, and I would just. It was just press. I was all offense. I had no defense.
I don't know. I started taking it easy a little bit, man. I had one girl. Her mom came up to my mom and was like, "Yo, my daughter cries every day because your son picks on my daughter." And I felt so horrible about that shit. Even though I was giving her that heat, but
yeah, you a piece of shit, Lucious.
Yeah,
I can't believe you. I can't believe you. Why would you even come on?
That came because a motherfucker told me one day, that nigga said, your hair look like project grass, nigga. And
she said, your hair look like project grass?
Yeah. When I was losing my hair and shit, them niggas said, yo, your hair look like project grass. And nigga, I'll say that shit immediately. The next night, he don't even know that happened. He don't know that's why that happened. But yeah. So I mean, like roasting.
That's classic. No, I take that back. You know what? You know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy? Like Chicago was easy as far as like roasting. It was easy. Ohio, them kids in Ohio, those kids are animals. Okay, it was a chick that used to roast me. And here's the thing that pissed me off about this is probably like the 7th or 8th grade. I remember this chick whole full government name. She passed away, but her name was Honey Banks, which is an amazing name or whatever. I'm pretty sure she used to like me because she used to talk about me like every day. And the thing that sucked about being in this particular class with Honey Banks is like this is junior high, so we had different periods, and this was probably like 6th period or something. And like all of her cousins were in this same class. Okay. So it was like me with a bunch of like no-name kids and against Honey Banks and all of her cousins. And this chick would say the dumbest, weakest shit, and they would just fall out like it was hilarious.
Bro, that pisses me off more than anything. When people co-sign shit that I don't think is funny, nigga, I'll be ready. I'll be like, bro, I know you don't think that's funny.
Dude, I'm sitting here, Anita Baker in this bitch. You understand? I'm giving her the best that I got every day. Every day I'm giving this bitch the best that I got. And she's like killing me because her cousins is in the class. And she'd be like, guess what? Chicken butt. And they just fall out. And I'm like, that ain't even, what are you doing? That ain't even funny.
Man, and bro, when that nigga told me my hair like project grass, nigga, I shaved that shit immediately. Maybe I'm not the funniest nigga I know. But that shit was fucking hilarious. And I felt like tonight was the night to let the nigga know that you got me, nigga. So what got you into comedy?
You say what?
What got you into comedy?
I did it on a dare, man. I did it on a dare. Like I was you
think you ain't just gonna skip past that? Like, nigga, I just did that shit on a dare.
I did a dead ass. So what happened was I was talking to this chick at the time or whatever. We was that was my girl, whatever, and I just had she was like, man, you are like really funny. I was like, man, whatever, man, you just saying that. She was like, no, you should really like do stand up. And I was like, get out of here. She was like, no, really, you should. And I was like, nah. So then she said she wanted to take me out. So we ended up going out to this place on the north side of Chicago, which I later found out was like an open mic. I just thought it was like a bar, like a hangout type spot. And she was like, yo, don't be mad at me, but I signed you up for this open mic. I was like, I ain't doing that shit. She was like, why not? Come on. I was like, nah. She started talking some nasty shit. And then, like, I dare you. And I was like, if you do the nasty shit you said, and plus so I did it. It worked out. It was.
Don't nothing make you want to do comedy like some nasty shit.
Huh?
I said, don't nothing make you want to do comedy like some nasty shit.
Man, it was a magical night that night, Lucious. Let me tell you, it was magical.
So you do the comedy. How did it go?
Oh man, dude. There was what's so crazy is the so I was there I just signed up for a random open mic, and there was a class there that were graduating from a comedy writing like course that was in Chicago. So there was like 10 comics that were graduating from that course, and then just like 5 open micers or whatever. So there was 15 people on the show total, and they put us up first or whatever. So I go up and I was just talking and I was killing. And the guy that taught the class, he was like, man, you're really, really funny, man. You need some help with your writing or whatever. And you need this and you need a little stage presence and this and that. You should take my course. And I did. I took his course, signed up for his course or whatever. He gave me his card. I ended up signing up for his course. I think it was like $200. Basically taught me how to like write a joke, write a punchline, all this other stuff. And then I went back and did it again. And I was like, yeah, this is it.
That's what's up. So this is it.
Yeah,
So the class was actually helpful because a lot of people will take these comedy classes and it's somebody that's never done comedy before and they just get your money.
Dude, so it's little stuff that the class helped me with, right? And there was little stuff that the class helped me with that made me look like I was way more seasoned than I was. So like he says, you know, when you're talking on the mic for the first time, you're nervous, you're looking down, you're not making eye contact with your audience, you're playing with the cord, and he's just like, don't do none of that. He's like, use your free hand to talk or leave the mic in the stand, and that's going to help you not like play with the cord or, you know, it's going to help you make that connection with your audience. That worked. Because that first night, I just fidgeted through it. You know, I
was so scared to take the mic out the mic stand because I knew I was going to drop that bitch or do something goofy.
Yeah.
I'm going to get tied up in it and trip on stage or something. So that shit is super important.
Yeah.
You got to build comfort up to doing that shit.
You ain't lying.
Because that shit is nerve-wracking.
Yeah, so, but that course, I went and did that course, man, and I ended up paying my little $200, and then it was cool, man. It was cool. I started on the north side of Chicago, which was way easier than urban rooms.
Right.
So, but I don't necessarily call that like starting comedy because the north side of Chicago was very easy. It's like when I went to that first urban room and they was like, wait, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like,
right. That shit is nerve-wracking too.
Yeah.
You don't know that for a black comedy going in front of black people. That shit is scary for some people. For me, it was scary because I didn't want to let black people down.
Really?
You know, like, yeah, that was my biggest, like, bro, what if they don't dig me? You know what I'm saying? What if, you know what I'm saying? Like, I started questioning, like, my blackness for a second. And it's like, bro, we come in so many different shapes and sizes, bro. Everybody's different, man. So, you know, you gotta build up that confidence though to just be you.
First thing I learned about black people, they don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about your story.
Bro, hey, look, Kimbro told me this when I first started, and I thought he was crazy. That nigga was like, the white rooms like you because you're a comic, nigga, because you're on the poster. And everybody came to see you, so they think you're funny. Well, they don't think you're funny. They know you're funny because you wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? If you wasn't on the poster, you wouldn't be funny.
Right.
He said, black people, if you're on the poster, he was like, nigga, you better be funny. And I had niggas come up to me and be like, yo, nigga, be funny, nigga.
Fact, dude, I never got that. It's just,
oh, bro, I get that shit all the time. Be funny, nigga. They hear me talk. I guess it's the vernacular. I don't know.
What's crazy is, man, it was just like I knew I was on to something when comics started borrowing. So the stages of comedy for me is like I'd say the first 3 years you're just learning how to do comedy. Then when you learn how to do it, you start learning how to be good at it.
Right.
Then you start, you know what I'm saying? That's that second phase when you learn to start being good at it. That's when all of the shit, that's when your material start getting sampled. You know,
Right.
it's like dropping a beat. You know, people be like, "Oh, that's a hot ass beat. Let me sample that."
Right.
Change a couple words, and then that next 3 years, because you've had your shit sampled so much, you start thinking of ways of how do I make my comedy more personable to me, to where it's not being sampled.
So when you came out, were you doing more topical stuff? Because that's what I
No,
was. I thought we started off like an hour stand up. You know how they start off like, "Damn, the world's in bad shape right now." So
right,
the first 20-minute block is about what's going on right now.
right. No,
Not knowing that, like, nigga, they doing the biggest stories of the year. They're not doing some shit that nobody heard about 2 weeks ago.
yeah. No, it was just it's kind of hard to explain how to make it personal. You can make any joke personal to you. It's just it's all in how you set it up. It's all the storyline that's wrapped in it. Then it's just more personable to you. That's all.
Okay, I dig it. Now, we're getting into your comedy career.
Okay.
Who did you start off with in Chicago?
Who did I start off with?
Yeah, who do you start off with that has a name right now? Anybody and everybody. I'm just trying to get everybody to understand where you're at right now.
Okay. So I started out doing comedy up north. I didn't know anybody up north. But then after I graduated that class and I had done a couple of open mics up north, I had been doing comedy for maybe 2 or 3 months, and then they built a comedy club not too far from where I'm from in Inglewood, Chicago, whatever. It was called Jokes and Notes. Now, when Jokes and Notes opened, the host was Dion Cole. Everybody knows who Dion Cole is.
Right.
He was the host. Who would come through there? Any and everybody that's famous right now that's from Chicago. D. Ray Davis would come through there. Corey Holcomb would come through there. Little Rail was a regular. Grady. These are all people that are just like regulars or whatever. These are all people where, because I was new, I used to have to go on a Wednesday and do like open mic. But they were like regulars, so on Wednesday, that's where they would come to try out their new shit to then, do other stuff. So if Rail came through, he was always going up because he wanted to he needed to try some new shit. Hannibal Buress would come through there, but Hannibal Buress mostly hung out on the north side. So these are all people that would potentially be on the show at on any given night. Dion Cole's hosting, and it's just like you had to be good, you had to be funny.
Yeah.
If you were not funny, it would like if you like being not funny in Jokes and Notes you would stop doing. You wouldn't continue to do comedy. You just you're not going to continue to do comedy.
So you feel like your upbringing in comedy is probably one of the most rigorous, because you had to be good early.
You had to be, and
and you're working on the comics that are very good writers.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
well, because I'm somewhat of a perfectionist. I went to Jokes and Notes. I probably went there for about 6 weeks on a Wednesday. I went like 4 weeks on a Wednesday and just laid back. I didn't want to sign up because I didn't feel like I was ready. So I would watch, like on Wednesday, I would watch Lil Rel just go up and smash. I would watch these people just go up and smash. And then like I went home and I looked at the shit that I was doing up north and I'm like, man, ain't none of this shit gonna work. So it was just like, man. So then I came up, or I wrote like a 2-minute set, which was dope. One of my first jokes were really, really strong. and I went up and I smashed, and Deion Cole was like, "Yo, my nigga, how long you been doing comedy?" I was like, today." He was like, "Nigga, that's crazy, man. You good? You know?" And then it was just cool from there. But the one joke that I was doing that went over so hard, or that comics loved, anytime I was there, they were like, "Nigga, do that one joke," and I'd be like, "Man, I hated that joke."
But they wanted to hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You doing it for the comic. When is that the night that you realized you like had something when Deion Cole said something, or was it later on?
No, no. Because I was always winning. Like I had never took an L. Like I was 4 months in the game. Now, mind you, I was probably like 6 months in the game when I first went up at Jokes and Oats. The first 3 months I was just up north, and up north is a lot of Caucasian people. And I found that club to be very easy. It was just so easy to make them laugh because it was almost like they're laughing at your blackness. But when you go to an urban room and you know that oh, that's Deion Cole. Like I knew who everybody was because they had been on Comic View, and it was just like blowing my mind that they were there. So it was just like I didn't want to go up and try to do that Northside shit, but I didn't know that I was funny until I bombed.
Okay.
And I bombed hard. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like I bombed. No, I'm serious. Like I bombed hard, and then it's just like when you bomb hard, it's just like you want to you how you rebound. You be like, oh,
I'm laughing at that because every comic is bomb.
yeah, hell yeah.
Like, here's my thing about bombing, man. I done watched comics bomb, and I done been with comics when they bombed in different rooms and venues and stuff. And I'm always in the back laughing because I know what that feels like. And it's funny to me when you bomb. Then when you up there and you bomb it, it's just like, bruh. Like I still got 10 fucking minutes. Like this is gonna be horrible.
And the crazy thing about like when you bomb early on, I believe I was killing like open mics, and this was probably like one of my first paid gigs. Like somebody was like, "Yo, you're funny. I want you to feature," and blah blah blah. And so I got like a feature gig. It was only paying like $150 or whatever, but I was supposed to do like 10 minutes, and I went up there and I was I was so scripted, so rehearsed, and I was just doing these jokes that had no personality to them, and the crowd was like I couldn't connect with the crowd. I just bombed. I just ate it. And then I came off, and the headliner was like, "Oh my god, like dude, what did you do before this?" And I was like, "Oh, I worked for a cable company." He was like, "Dude," nigga was like, "Do that, nigga. Go back to doing installs," because I was like, "Wow." But it it pissed me off so much that I was just like, next time I see this dude, I'm going to rip. And next time I seen him, I like ripped that bitch, and it was just like, oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that was probably the best thing.
Yeah, because the way you bounce back from a bomb, boy, and it eats at you, because like with comedy, unless you're doing a showcase at the comedy club or you doing one of those crazy ass schedules where it's 8 shows in 3 days, you don't get up all the time. You know what I'm saying? And like every room is not a good room, so
yeah,
it's kind of like chasing a crack high down there. How they talk about it, you chasing like that. That sold out crowd screaming and yelling, like that's what you chasing.
Yeah. But the only cool thing with that bomb was just like I'm glad that it didn't happen at Jokes and Notes though.
Right.
Like I'm telling you, man, you if you bombed a joke I've seen Jokes and Notes in the career of a lot of would-be comedians. And then the crazy thing was like it was a dude that he used to do voices. He used to do voices or whatever. Like he would do like a Bernie Mac, he would do like a Chris Tucker or whatever. He would like try to do these voices, and he wasn't a horrible comic, man. But he was at Jokes and Nose. He was up there. He was doing his thing, and he was just eating it. He just every voice he was trying to do, it wasn't working. Deion Cole went up there and killed him. It got so bad. Check this out. It got so bad. Like it was the crazy thing at Jokes and Notes was you never wanted to hear DJ Dollar Bill play "Someone Please Call 911." Because that means you was eating it, and he would like they would give you like 3 minutes to get into your routine. I think each comment. Well, you used to only get 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. So if you were like a little real and you wanted to come up and try a bit, she'd give you 5 minutes. If you were just like signed the list, you was getting 3 minutes. He went up, did like 1 minute, and he was doing his bit or whatever. And the crowd wasn't nobody laughing. He was doing these voices, and then you just hear Wyclef start playing that guitar, pew, 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 pew. And it just everybody just started laughing, and then he got off stage, and then Deion Cole went up, and he was like, "Man, what the hell?" He was like, "Why the hell all your impersonations sound the same? It's you, like nigga, it's still you, my nigga." Like, oh, the funniest shit ever. And dude just sat there and took it. He never came back.
Bro, I seen a dude get up. You know how like some people think it looks so easy when you see somebody really good.
Yeah,
they make it look so easy. And there was a dude that came up there and he was talking shit. You can't wait to see me. You can't wait to see me. And I was hosting the night. And he was like, he had his family there and everything. When I say this dude, he got 3 minutes. He went on stage, and I'm sitting there looking because I want to see how his family react to it. And he's telling us stuff. And I look down, and he's like, "All right, I'm finna get off stage now. Good night." He was on stage for 45 seconds.
Are you serious?
45 seconds, bro. I was like, this nigga's whole family's in here. And you did 40. He just got it. He never came back.
Wow.
Never came back. So, yeah, it can break you, man. It'll fuck with your ego a little bit.
Yeah.
So now you're doing comedy. You traveling the road. When did you start getting road gigs?
Sean Morgan was the first person to ever take me on the road. This was probably back in like 06, man, 07. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, he was just like, "What are you doing this weekend?" I was like, "Nothing." He was like, "Yeah, you going to St. Louis with me? I need a feature." I was like, "All right, cool." And we went to St. Louis, and then after St. Louis, we went somewhere else. We was gone for I was gone for like a week. I had to tell this nigga like, "Yo, I got a job. Like I gotta get back to
go drive you across the country."
Like this nigga the borderline kid, and he's like, "All right, nigga, we head to Michigan. You ready? You good?" I'm like, "What? I thought we was just doing the St. Louis joint." He's nah, nigga. So
took you on tour.
Yeah,
without your
went to St. Louis, then I went to Michigan. Then like when you start going out or getting around, you start like making your own like rapport with different bookers, and then you just start kind of like doing your own thing or reaching out to them by themselves.
Right, and like, what did that teach you? Just that 1 week, what did that teach you about comedy life, road life? Like, what did you learn from that?
I learned each crowd is different, man. Like each crowd is different. And what I learned how to read the room. Being on the road will teach you how to read the room. Like, and what I mean by like read the room, you got to know when to be high energy. You got to know when to you got to know how to reset a crowd. Like if the host is really good and he's high energy and he brings the crowd up here, and you come out stage. If you come out on stage and you start like here, there's nowhere else for you to go. Best thing to do is like if the host is really good and he sets the room here, come out and reset the room and then bring it back up. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Don't go straight off of his energy.
Yeah. And LeVar Walker, probably the coldest I've ever seen do that because I was on the show with LeVar Walker and like I was in my bag. Like I was killing this damn crowd. I'm talking about like I'm thinking like my man, like yeah, and it was just like it's because and it wasn't even an ego thing. It was just like I was told to go ask LeVar if there was anything that I wasn't supposed to talk about. Like when you're when you're a feature for a headliner, you use the best thing to do is to go and be like, "Hey, is there any subject matter you want me to stay away from?" And he was like, "Nigga, no, do you be
Word.
funny and do you?" So I was like, "Okay, cool." So I felt like I'm about to go out here and rip this bitch, and I went out there and ripped that bitch and I brung the energy here. And then the host was just like, all right, coming to the stage, LeVar Walker. And now the energy from me getting off stage is here. LeVar came out. He said that bitch about here. He's like, hey, he was just talking low, smooth. How y'all doing? Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But by the end of that show, standing ovation. Like so you have to know when to reset the room, how to reset a room. That's what you learn on the road.
Yeah, I can dig it. So you do road life, and you took some time off, right?
Yeah, man, I took
some time off, right?
Yeah, a couple.
What made you take the time off?
Kids, kids, child support.
That shit is fucking niggas up. Child support is boy.
Like I started doing comedy in I want to say like it was like 06, 07. And then what happened was like, my daughter was born or whatever, and then I was just like wasn't really making no bread. So I had a damn Navy recruiter that was constantly like, yo, you should join the Navy, you should join the Navy, you should join the Navy. And I was like, man, I want to be a comic. He was like, well, if you join the Navy, you'll be all over the country. You can do whatever you wanted. Like, this dude was dope at recruiting. So I was like, okay, sound like a plan. I mean, I could be all over the country. I could be doing all type of rooms. I could be growing as a comedian.
Not thinking that you're joining the Navy.
Right. So I joined the Navy as a opportunity to travel the world and do more stages. And yeah, that was stupid, man. I didn't make it out of basic.
You didn't make it out of basic?
No.
Oh, no. Damn. I thought you did some time.
No, man. I was it takes long for whatever reason, it takes longer to get out of the Navy than it does to get in.
Yeah, that's how it always is.
Which is stupid. Like that's so stupid, man.
Bro, they make you wait that time the fuck out until they drain every last drop of energy from you.
Dude, let me tell you something. So I went to the Navy. The first 2 weeks, you're going through training to get fit for full duty. You can't even do any type of PT physical exercise or PE physical exercise until they know that you don't have asthma, leukemia, and all that shit.
Right.
So you just basically learn how to make your bed, learn how to do shit. You get all these shots or whatever. And
that day is crazy, bro.
Man,
that day is you got two people, you got one on each arm, and they giving you shots.
Dude,
blood.
And your shit so swole, like I couldn't even sleep, man. I couldn't even raise my arms, bro.
That shit was crazy.
And here's the crazy thing, like when I got out, I didn't get sick for like 3 years straight. Whatever they got in the military,
bro, I rarely get sick.
That's what I'm saying. Whatever the vaccines they were that they give you in the military, that shit's dope. So then after doing so many tests and so many all this blood work, they was like, oh, does one of your parents have sickle cell? And I was like, yeah. It was like, well, you can have sickle cell, but you got to have it to a certain level. Otherwise, you can't be in the Navy. And I don't have sickle cell. I have a sickle cell trait.
Right.
Just like
a lot of black people do.
Right. And you can't be on a submarine because what the trait is the reason why your certain blood cells sickle is because not enough oxygen get to those cells or whatever. And if you're on a submarine, then you're going to pass out because not enough oxygen is getting to certain blood cells. And It's just like you can't be in the Navy. You can be in the Army. We can try. You know, you can go to the Army or the Air Force. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna go to the
Air
career.
Force, bro.
No, I
You be
went
just
straight to
like
the
me.
career.
Straight to the crib. Yeah.
What's the
You
Air
see
Force
enough of
about anyway? What do you even do in the Air Force?
Shit, I was a Madden champion. What you talking about?
Exactly. Yeah, what, like, what do you do? What do you do in the Air Force?
We had the most beautiful women. We had.
But what is your job?
I was a security police officer. I was a gate guard.
That's it?
Yeah, I was a gate guard, and I guarded nuclear weapons, sir.
Really?
Yes.
In the Air Force?
In the Air Force.
Why do the Air Force have nuclear weapons?
You gotta be able to put them on the planes.
Really?
Yeah. They don't just come compacted. It ain't like you just buy all of it and it comes together. Like
so you know how to roll it. So that's what you.
I don't know how to do none of that shit. I'm just saying we were security for that. We used to have to ride behind them and protect their six. That goofy shit. Like we used to have to do that. And that shit is crazy. Like the B2s, you know, the B2s, like the joints shaped like space shuttles, like when they fly, the motherfuckers do that shit.
Right.
You think you see like most of the ones in the world were at the base I was at.
Okay.
So at any given time, most of them were at the base I was at. So,
but the thing is, or what I was told was, especially when I joined the Navy, I was like, because I thought I wanted to be a pilot for a small fraction of my life. And it was like, well, the Navy has more pilots than the Air Force does.
Yeah, probably. I can dig that. They do a lot more stuff though. Like the different branches do. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they deal more with airplanes than the Air Force does.
Yeah, they really do, which is weird.
Like they even come on our base and like test fly and stuff. That shit was crazy.
For real?
Yeah, like they'll come in and they'll like just take their numbered plane and just go fly it. And get their miles in and shit.
Yeah, so
got out the Navy, started doing comedy again right after that.
Yeah, got out of the Navy. Started doing comedy again. Then I had another kid, so I took a long break. Every time I've taken a break from comedy and I've come back, I've gotten stronger, which is weird. Because what happens is it's like I've probably quit comedy 3 times. First time was just, join the Navy. Then I got out, went back, started doing comedy. Then I got pissed off because I wasn't getting the stage time or recognition that I felt like I deserved. So, and then at that point in time, like someone had started like stealing material from me. So then I was like, man, the hell with this. So I quit. So then I started doing it again, and I learned how to be like way more personable. And then I got married, so I quit again. And then like after that, I was like, I'm never quitting this shit again.
Okay, so did you meet your wife before you started doing comedy again seriously, or had she never seen you perform before?
No, we actually, me and my wife met on it was like a setup. Like, so my brother was dating a chick at the time, and I was doing a show, and I invited him and his girlfriend to the show. And then he was like, hey, my girlfriend has a friend and she wants to come to the show. Do you mind if she comes? I'm like, I don't give a shit. And then he was like, I was like, so she's gonna like be third wheeling it? And he was like, well, no. We showed her a picture of you and she thought you was cool, so she wanted to come check it out. I was like, oh, okay. So she came and checked me out, and rest is history.
Oh, that's what's up. That's dope. That's a dope ass story.
We met it was like a blind date setup at the first time I met her was at a comedy club.
Damn, that's dope. You can't ask nothing better than that. It's meant to be.
Right.
Meant to be. That's what's up. And did you didn't bomb that night, right?
No, I couldn't bomb that. Man, I couldn't miss that night. That's just like MJ.
Bro, that's so weird after the show. It don't matter if 7 people was in it. Them motherfuckers be trying to shake your hand and shit. You feel like
Man,
at first you feel weird about it. I used to feel so weird when people be like, "Hey, good job," trying to shake your hand. I'm like, ugh. I really feel weird about it now with this pandemic shit going on.
you ain't lying.
Bro, that motherfuckers, you be forgetting.
You ain't lying.
You'll forget the comedy club because you get the drinking. And told the next thing you know, your man, you don't even know where your mask is at no more.
You ain't lying, dude. So now I gotta ask my 6 questions for Lucious the host. I know it's your podcast, but of course, I have questions now.
You got it, host of the Green Room, whenever that comes back.
Cool. How long have you been doing comedy?
I've been doing comedy 7 years. It'll be 7 in May.
7 years.
Yeah.
Have you ever received a standing ovation?
Hell no.
Okay. How many times have you rewritten your set?
A million gazillion.
So none of the jokes you started with are any of the jokes that you still do now?
At all.
Why is that? You just felt like
No. Because when I first started, I used to just really go out there and just talk, freestyle, like everybody at Black thinks you're supposed to do. They don't think, like, Cat Williams is set, or you know what I'm saying? And I was doing that for a little while, and it was just like I didn't have anybody to really tell me how to do comedy. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? You had people there, but it was like, you'll see those people seldomly. And I wasn't doing it all the time because I didn't know where to go. So I said the first couple of years, and then I took some time off when my mom passed. So you are telling the truth, when you do come back, you do feel better because you had time to relax your brain. Because when I get in comedy mode, bro, I'm go.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like comedy mode, always go.
What's the furthest you've ever traveled for comedy?
Nashville.
That's the furthest you've ever traveled to do comedy?
Yeah, man. I have a day job, man.
I just asked, but
your reaction to it was like, nigga, you've been doing this 7 years, and that's the farthest you can.
You've never been to Atlanta? You ever shot?
No, because I didn't know where to go. Like a lot of stuff, I'm just learning. Like I was one of them dudes, literally, bro. My first couple years in comedy was spent doing my set and leaving the club and thinking about my set. Going to another mic. I didn't congregate. None of that. I wasn't in none of the groups. It was just like that. So, like last year was supposed to be the year I started stepping out. And I didn't want to get out there and not have enough to cover.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I respect the shit. I ain't one of them motherfuckers that's like, go up to LeBron James, like, nigga, I can play basketball better than you. Right. Like, nigga, he will eat you up, bro. And everybody knows he'll eat you up. So go ahead.
The furthest you've ever been to do comedy is Nashville. What's the most you've ever made doing stand-up?
273.
273?
Yeah.
Was that the straight out of comedy joint?
Yeah, that was.
Wow.
I just looked at it for the money. I always knew that the checks wasn't right. Like when they finally revealed what the hell comedy was, and you finally get the comics to trust you, to let you on the ends of what comedy is. I've never looked at comedy like that had to be my only thing, or else it's like, yo, I got income coming. I work every day.
Right.
But I'm gonna try within my ability to continue to do this shit, get better at it, but take my time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get out there too early, they get burnt out. You know what I'm saying? Or they're not mature enough to handle what the hell comes with being a comedian on the road traveling.
So if the world was to open up,
we bite.
No.
Good.
If the world was to open up next week Friday, where it's just like the pandemic's gone, they found the cure, everything's back to normal. What does 3 years in the game of comedy look like for Lucious? Like, what's your 3 year goal?
My 3 year goal, bro, is to finally bump in the headliner spot and be headlining all over the country, bro. In 3 years.
In 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like 10 is a good number. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, 10, that number 10, like, when people told me when I first started doing comedy, they were like, yo, bro, it's going to take at least 5 to really get your feet under you and really, and I was like, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I pick up shit fast. I'm naturally funny. I can do that shit. No, it took 5. It really took 5 for me to feel like 100% comfortable. Like, yeah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it used to be, hey, you want to do some time? I gotta go babysit my nephew. You know what I'm saying?
So where do you feel like you still need to grow?
I mean, as far as
comedy,
I can always grow as a comedian. You can always have time to grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can always leave room for growth. I feel like I can grow in stage presence. I feel like I can grow comedically, joke telling on the rift. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like all that stuff, man.
Cool.
Yeah, I ain't never finished, bro. Like, because if you look at the greats, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you watch Kevin Hart's whole like comedy rising, you saw the maturity in his jokes. You saw, you know what I'm saying? Them first 4 specials were good. They were really fucking good. And you could see where he was growing and where he's getting bigger. And this is, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, you always got to leave room for growth, you know?
But if you look at his last one, you can see that I think, I don't know. Like, I remember seeing Chappelle, like, killing them softly. Myself, he's never going, there's no way he gets funnier than this. But he did. Like, with every single special, Chappelle gets funnier and funnier and funnier. Like, Sticks and Stones, hands down, is probably like one of the coolest specials I think I've ever seen.
Yeah. Killing Me Softly is the first one, right?
Killing Me Softly was the first one.
HBO, right?
Yeah, they gave him.
He has For What It's Worth.
Yeah, he had For What It's Worth. That one was good too.
Yeah, that was totally different though.
Yeah. But you can see then that he was still like a little bit reserved. He was like he was trying to be a comic. But right. Then with Sticks and Stones, it's just like, oh, that's just who he is. You know what I'm saying? And but with Kevin Hart, I feel like Kevin Hart I feel like he's regressed.
Right.
Like back when he didn't care, or back when he didn't have so much to play for, he was out there like I don't know.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I just think he was trying to keep up with records and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I really think like he just kind of like he ain't been around people like that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit is good. It's hard to, you know what I'm saying? They say like that about musicians. Like, it's hard to make good music when shit is going good.
Yeah.
Like Dave Chappelle, he finds a way to look at the world and dissect it. Kevin Hart sticks to his family.
So, well, in the last 6 months, what's your contingency plan if the world is, you know what I'm saying, if things remain the same or continue down this path? Because as you can see, the numbers are going up. So it seems almost inevitable that we have another shutdown. I mean, honestly, it's just.
You think so?
Oh my god, dude!
They already been doing it though. Like they just not gonna get everybody. Everybody panicked.
What you mean? The first time around?
Yeah, we all panicked. You know what I'm saying? And like if You know what I'm saying? It's like going up to a crime scene or something. Not a crime scene. We're going up to somewhere like a car accident and somebody's leg is missing. And you be like, oh my God, your leg is gone. Now you just scared the fuck out of me. And I got to look down like, damn, bro. You supposed to comfort. You know what I'm saying? I get that, but they do that shit slowly. Oh, we're going back to phase one.
Well, you got to think about like places like California.
Oh, they crazy right now.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And you have these hospitals that are saying they are like nearing capacity to where like they don't have enough ventilators, they don't have enough beds and things like that. The longer you let things go, like they keep flirting with that fine thin line of we don't have enough beds, we don't have enough ventilators. The smart thing to do in that particular state would be like, you know what? Shut everything down, stay home, only go out if you need things, because we're reaching maximum capacity as far as our hospitals. You never want to reach maximum capacity with your hospitals, especially when, you know, I mean,
other shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Like COVID, just one thing.
Yeah. So
imagine catching polio right now.
You said what now?
I said, imagine catching polio right now. Some measles, the mumps.
Right. Like, so that's why I'm saying, like, eventually with a better regime or with a smarter regime, the smartest thing may be like, look, we are going to shut shit down for 3 weeks.
And what's my contingency plan?
Yes.
You own it, baby. What you mean? Like, this is I take great pride in this. Like, I want to do this every Saturday, and I guarantee I every Saturday show, but I still want to do this throughout the week with different people. So I mean, like this, and I've been working the whole time. Like, I haven't missed a day yet. So as far as like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've been in business every day. So that's my contingency plan. It always has been.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that way I ain't gotta sleep on nobody's fucking couch and sleep in cars and shit to prove that I need this shit like that. And I do need it, but I ain't going to them nuts.
I feel you.
Too fucking old.
I've started doing I started doing the skits or whatever.
Right. What is your 6-month plan? What is your 3-year plan?
In 3 years, just so many. This year in 2021, my goal is residual income.
Okay.
That's the goal. The reason why I need residual income is because that will allow me to make money, and I don't need to get rich making skits or being a content creator. I just need to make enough money to do whatever the hell I want to do when I want to do it.
Right.
What that means is I need to be able to make enough money to, like, if I want to go to Atlanta for 4 months, I'm able to go to Atlanta for 4 months and just grind out. If I want to go to New York for 2 months, I want to be able to go to New York for 2 months and just be there.
So question. So is your goal to be the best comedian? What's the end goal with comedy?
My goal is to become a household name.
Okay.
My goal is to become just a household name. I don't want to be the best because I feel like comedy is subjective. It's like seeing basketball or in competition. In any type of competition, you can look at somebody and say, oh my God, he's the best. Why? Because they're competing. You got 2 players on the field. You got 2 quarterbacks on the field. He's outperforming this particular quarterback.
Right. They're not playing against each other.
Exactly. Comedy is subjective. Right. Like, this dude might be freaking hilarious. This dude might be freaking hilarious. This dude might be. It's like walking into a art gallery, and you looking around at an art gallery, and you're looking at certain paintings, and you're like, this painting is amazing. This painting is amazing. You're not looking at one painting talking about, no, fuck all the rest of these paintings. That one right there.
There's one right there.
Right. That's the only one right there. Like, that's that's how I feel like people try to put comedy into a box, but I just feel like because I think that's what stops people from growing.
Okay.
Like when you start thinking that you're the best or that you're more um, I don't think like that.
Comfort
I've
breeds laziness is what you're trying to say.
what's that?
Comfort breeds laziness.
Pretty much. So my goal is to have residual income. So my 3-year goal, my first year is to have residual income so I can go to all of these spots because these are spots I need to be in to grow. I need to go to Atlanta for 6 months. I need to go to New York for like 2-3 months. I need to go to LA for like 2-3 months. Need to do like a little southern run for 2-3 months. That's how you grow as a comic.
Right.
I want to go and see if I can run behind people in Atlanta. I've been to New York. I've been to New York. I know that I can run behind cats in New York. No shade against cats in New York. I just I know that I can run behind them. There are certain people you just want to make sure you know.
Right.
So
Okay, that's what's up. So in the next 3 years, it should be the Lucious and Kevin hostile takeover of the comedy
I'm
industry.
just saying, man. In the next 3 to 5,
Pandemic proof,
is,
Kevin D. White,
you see, you the man.
and the D's capitalized.
Wheezy F baby, please.
Crazy. But I appreciate you. I'm gonna have you back on. This is I know, right? You need to put that damn green room back on since we talking about residual income. And where can these people find you? I appreciate everybody watching. Where can they find you?
At comedian Kevin D. White for everything. You can email me at comedian Kevin D. White. You can find my IG at comedian Kevin D. White. You can find my TikTok at comedian Kevin D. White. And I put out content every single day. Every single day.
Every day.
I need people to like and share my content.
Bro, I don't even want you to like it. I want you to share that shit.
I'm serious.
Just straight up share it. That shouldn't even be a like button no more. I see what people talking about when they say get rid of the like button.
Get rid of the like button. Share it.
Don't do shit for you
at all. Share it.
More self shit.
Share it. I said happy birthday to my wife yesterday. You know how many
700 fucking likes
went on there and commented.
Yeah.
I put out funny videos every single day. You know how many people go on and say, "Hey, that's fun." Like 7. Like, bro, what are we doing?
Bro, I got people that swear they support me. Don't share none of my shit.
I know
don't share nobody else's shit. They just be on Facebook in the shit.
And it's like, I know it's funny. I know it's funny. I could see if I was putting out a garbage ass product. I know I stand behind my shit. Like, what's the dude on Frank White? Like,
you paying
Frank Lucas.
Yeah,
right.
Frank White.
What's his name? Frank Lucas.
Frank Lucas. Yeah. You're paying for Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I appreciate you, my brother. I'm gonna have you back. I appreciate you for taking the time, especially on playoff weekend. My Bucks is playing. I gotta go.
Are they on now?
Yeah, they playing right now.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so you see how dedicated I am, huh?
Seattle lost?
I'm pretty damn sure it was like 5 minutes left when it was 30 to damn. They better not have fucking gave up that lead. Russell Wilson, man, come on, bro.
Damn, Seattle, get y'all shit together.
Nah, fuck that. They can go to Green Bay.
Who?
Seattle, LA.
So they going to Green? Oh, sure.
Yeah, they the lowest seed right now. I think they're the 6th.
Well, Chicago is the lower seed. But
y'all not gonna beat New Orleans. Y'all have a chance though. There ain't no crowd. You see what happened in Seattle? Like, what's the point of having a home field advantage if the crowd ain't even?
Yeah.
Y'all should just played in the Super Bowl stadium, all the games and shit, like some little league shit. But yeah, this is the Lucious Williams podcast. I appreciate everybody. Thanks everybody for watching it through. You can find it on YouTube and Facebook Live Saturday night, 8:00. This is Lucious Williams, Pandemic Proof Lou, signing the fuck off. Good night. Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Good night.
Hey.